Assalamu alaikum. I am Hina Nasir, SS English, Divisional Public School and Inter College, Sahiwal. Our today's topic is verb phrases and types of verb phrases. First of all, we will discuss the objectives. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to define verb phrase, identify a verb phrase, differentiate between finite verb phrase and non-finite verb phrase. I hope that we will attain all the given objectives by the end of the lesson. Now let's come to the main topic, that is verb phrase. In your previous classes, you have read about verb and phrases. First of all, what is verb? An action word is called verb. Example: talking, listening, reading, learning. While phrase is a group of words presenting incomplete thought. For example, are playing, am reading, amazed by the view across the valley, etc. Now let's analyze the term verb phrase. Verb phrase is a group of words showing action and time. For example, are playing. Are is showing time and playing is showing action. It mainly consists of helping verb and action verb. Helping verb plus action verb is equal to verb phrase. Examples: they are playing chess. Here are playing is a verb phrase. Are is a helping verb and playing is an action word. Now let's come to the next example. I am reading a book. Here am reading is a verb phrase, am is a helping verb and reading is an action verb. She is learning a lesson. Here is learning is a verb phrase, is a helping verb and learning is a action verb. Now let's do a little exercise for better understanding. Can you identify a verb phrase in each sentence? I am giving you few seconds for the practice. I hope that you have identified. Now you can check your answers. In first sentence, was baking is a verb phrase. In second sentence, are coming is a verb phrase. In third one, were planning is a verb phrase. In fourth one, was flying. And in fifth one, has finished. I hope so that you have picked the verb phrases in all the sentences correctly. I also hope that you have grabbed the concept of verb phrases. Now we will discuss the types of verb phrases. There are two types of verb phrases: finite verb phrase and non-finite verb phrase. Firstly, we will discuss finite verb phrase, which contains finite verb as the main verb. Now let's analyze the term finite verb. Finite means limited. So finite verb is limited to 4 factors, that is tense, number, person, voice. Finite verb can be the main verb in the sentence. For example, if I say I am playing football, so here the main verb is playing and it is a finite verb. It changes according to the number, person, tense and voice. On the first hand, we will discuss that how does the finite verb change with the tense. I'll illustrate it with an example. For example, I'm talking about you. Here, am talking is a verb phrase. Talking is the present participle form of talk. Why do we use talking here instead of talk? Because it is the present continuous tense. So we are using am plus ing form of verb here. That's why we used talking here instead of talk. Now let's come to the second example. She was telling a lie. Here, was telling is a verb phrase. Telling is also used here because of continuous tense, past continuous tense. Similarly, in third example, I have spoken the truth. Has spoken is a verb phrase. Spoken is used because of past perfect tense. In the last example, she will obey her mother. Will obey is a verb phrase. First form of verb is used because of future indefinite tense, as in this tense we used first form of verb with will shall, so here we are using obey. In the above example, past perfect tense is used in which have plus third form of verb is used. In past continuous tense, was verb plus ing form of verb is used. In present continuous tense, am is mr plus ing form of verb is used. So I hope so that you have grasped the concept that how does the finite verb change according to tense. The form of verb is completely dependent upon the tense which we are using. In this way, finite verb changes according to the given tense and it is restricted to the tense. Now let's come to the next slide in which we analyze that how does the finite verb change according to the person. There are three types of person: first, second and third. First person is the one who speaks. Second person is the one to whom the first person is speaking. And third person is the one about whom first and second person are talking. For example, at present I am talking, so I am the first person. You are listening, so you is a second person. And suppose if we talk about something else, and if we talk about other people, then other people will be the third person and we use they for them. I will also explain it with examples. For example, I am writing a letter. Here verb phrase is am writing. Am writing is a verb phrase and here I is used as a subject. I is a first person, so am writing is used. We cannot use is or are with I, so here we are using am because I is a first person. So am writing is a verb phrase, writing is a finite verb, and am is used according to the person, according to the first person, according to the subject. I is the first person and it is the subject of the sentence. Now in second example, are not listening is a verb phrase. You is a second person. We cannot use am with you, so are not listening is used as a verb phrase. You is a second person. In third example, they have purchased a laptop. Have purchased is a verb phrase. Have they is considered as a third person, so we used have with they. Now in all the examples you have examined that we are using the helping verb according to the type of person. In the first example, I is the first person, so we use am. In second example, you is the second person, so we used are. In the third example, they is the third person, so we used have with it. So the finite verb or the finite verb phrase are also dependent upon the person. Now come to the next slide. Here we will examine that how does the finite verb change according to the number of subject. If subject is plural, then there are different helping verbs for it. If subject is singular, then there are different kind of helping verbs for it. We will also illustrate it with examples. For example, she is discussing her problems. Here is discussing is a verb phrase. She is singular, so is used with it. In next example, we are discussing a serious matter. Here are discussing is a verb phrase. We is plural, so we used are with it. In third example, I is singular, so we used am with it. I am describing the question. In the next example, they is plural, so we used were with it. They were listening the music. We can't say they is listening the music, they am listening the music, they was listening the music. So the helping verb is restricted to the subject. Now let's come to the final example, fifth example. Here he is used with, here was is used with he. He is a singular subject, so we used was here. Now let's analyze that how does the finite verb change according to voice. There are two kinds of voices, active voice and passive voice. In active voice, object receives the action of verb, while in passive voice, subject receives the action of the verb. Let's illustrate it with examples. For example, she is drinking water. It is an action. She is drinking water. Here drinking is a verb while water is object. Water comes after verb, that is drinking, and receives the action. She is drinking water. Right? Now come to its passive voice. If we convert she is drinking water into a passive voice, then it will become water is being drunk by her. Here drunk is a verb while her is a subject, and it is received the action of the verb, that is drunk. Both the sentences she is drinking water, water is drunk by her are conveying the same meaning, but in active voice drinking is used as a finite verb, while in passive voice drunk is used as a finite verb. So we can conclude here that the form of verb or the form of finite verb also depends upon the voice of the sentence. If the voice of the sentence is active, then we use different kind of finite verb, and if the voice of the sentence is passive, then we will use different form of the finite verb. Now let's come to the next example. I am playing football. It is an active voice. In this example, am playing is a verb phrase, and its passive voice is football is being played by me. Football is being played by me. Here is being played is a verb phrase, me is a subject, and it comes after played and it is receiving its action. In both the examples, in both the voices, I am playing football and football is being played by me. Meaning is same, but the form of verb depends upon the voice of the sentence. If the voice is active, then we will use then we use playing, and if the voice of the sentence is passive, then we have used played here. Finite verb phrases. Now let's come to the second type of verb phrases, that is non-finite verb phrase. Non-finite verb phrases contain non-finite verb as a main verb. Let's analyze the term non-finite. Non-finite means unlimited and not fixed. Non-finite verbs are not limited to the four factors, that is tense, number, person and voice. Contrary to the finite verbs, it cannot be the main verb of the sentence, and it does not change according to the tense, number, person and voice. Non-finite verb phrases are further divided into three types. They are infinitive phrase, gerund phrase and participial phrase. Non-finite verb phrases contain non-finite verbs as main verbs. So I am going to discuss the function of non-finite verbs. It functions as a gerund, as an infinitive, as a participle. Now we will discuss its first function, that is as a gerund. What is gerund? Gerund is ing form of verb. What is gerund? Gerund is ing form of verb. Gerund is ing form of verb functioning as noun. Functioning as noun means gerund is ing form of verb and it functions as a noun in the sentence. For example, he enjoys playing cricket. Here enjoys is a main verb, while playing is ing form of verb functioning as noun, that is gerund. Playing is a gerund in the sentence and it is playing a function of noun here. When ing form of verb functions as noun, it is called a gerund. Here cricket is an object, playing is a gerund, enjoys is a verb and he is a subject. Enjoys is the main verb. Now let's discuss the second function of non-finite verb, that is as an infinitive. Infinite form of verb is made by adding to with first form of verb. When we add to with base form of verb, then infinite form of verb comes into being. For example, to help, to take, to bring, to talk, to smile, to sit. Here in all the examples, when we add to with the base form of verb, when we add to with the first form of verb, then infinitive form of verb comes into being. For example, if we say we decided to help the poor, here to help is a non-finite verb. Now let's discuss the third function of the non-finite verb, that is as a participle. There are three kinds of participle. First is present participle, second is past participle and third is perfect participle. Let's take an example of worry. Worry is a simple form of verb. Worried is a past participle form of verb worry, while worrying ing form is the present participle form of the verb worry, while having worried is the perfect participle form of the verb worry. When we say ing form of the when we say ing form, then it is the present participle. When we say ed form, then it will be the past participle, and when we add have with past form of verb, then it will become perfect participle form of verb. Now we have discussed the three functions of the non-finite verbs. First one is as a gerund, second is as an infinitive, third is as a participle. Worried by the delay, we decided to call her up. Worried by the delay, we decided to call her up. Here, worried is the past participle form of the verb worry. That you have understood the functions of non-finite verbs. Now, we will further discuss the three kinds of non-finite verb phrases with the help of an example. Let's come to the first type, that is infinitive phrase. Infinitive phrase contains infinite form of verb. An infinite form of verb is to plus base form of verb. Let's consider an example. It took all my willpower to keep my temper under control. Here, the infinitive phrase starts from the mid of the sentence, that is to keep my temper under control is an infinitive phrase starting with the to, and then the base form of verb comes. In this sentence, to keep my temper under control is a infinitive phrase. In this, let's analyze the elements of this infinitive phrase. Here, to keep is an infinitive, to plus base form of verb is infinitive, which begins the phrase. You know that to keep is beginning the phrase. My temper is the object of the infinitive. My temper is the object of the infinitive, and under control is the prepositional phrase. As under is a preposition, so under control is also a prepositional phrase. So infinitive phrase starts from to keep till control. Here to keep is an infinitive, my temper is an object, and under control is another prepositional phrase. Now let's come to the next example, that is of gerund phrase. As I have discussed gerund, the gerund is a ing form of verb functioning as noun. So let's consider an example. He enjoys playing cricket in the evening. He enjoys playing cricket in the evening. Here playing is a gerund. So the gerund phrase starts from playing cricket in the evening. Here playing is a gerund, verb plus ing, functioning as a noun. You may look here that playing is an ing form of verb, and here it is performing the function of a noun. Cricket is the object of the gerund. Cricket is the object of the gerund playing, and in the evening modifies the gerund, and in the evening is just modifying this gerund. In the evening is an adverb phrase, and it is modifying the gerund playing. In the evening in this sentence is modifying this phrase, and under control in the above mentioned example is modifying the infinitive phrase. So don't get confused with under control and in the evening. They are just additional phrases which are modifying the main phrase. Our main focus should be on gerund and its object. Here playing cricket is a gerund and cricket is a object. Now let's come to the third phrase, that is participial phrase. Participial phrases are of three types: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. As I have explained you earlier, present participle. For present participle, let's consider the example: taking long strides, he covered the distance in a short time. Here, taking is the present participle form of the verb take. Long strides is the object of the participle. In this sentence, taking long strides is the participial phrase. and here taking is the present participle and long strides is the object of that participle. Now let's come to the next type, past participle. Worried by the delay, we decided to call her up. Here worried by the delay is the non-finite verb phrase and it is a participial phrase. Worried is the past participle form of the verb worry. So and its object here worried is the past participle of the verb worry and by the delay modifies the participle. This sentence is lacking the object. Here by the delay is present which is modifying the word worried. Now let's come to the third kind, that is perfect participle. Let's consider its example. Having reached the venue quite early, she easily got 10 tickets. In this sentence, having reached the venue quite early is a non-finite verb phrase and it contains the perfect participle having reached. Having reached. Having is showing perfect. Having is associated with perfect, while reached is associated with past participle. So here having reached is the perfect participle. The venue quite early. The venue is the object of the participle and quite early modifies the participle. So you can read it. Having reached is the perfect participle. The venue is the object of the participle and quite early modifies the participle. Now we have discussed three types of non-finite verb phrases. First is infinitive verb phrase which contains 2 plus base form of verb. Second is gerund which contains ing form of verb functioning as noun. Third is participial phrase which contains present, past and perfect participle. So here we are going to conclude our non-finite verb phrases. I hope that you have grabbed the concept of non-finite verb phrases. Now let's review our lesson. Today we have studied about verb phrases. There are two types of verb phrases. One is finite verb phrase and the other is non-finite verb phrase. In today's lesson we have discussed the definition of verb phrase. We have also discussed the method to identify the verb phrase in the sentence. Then we have discussed its two kinds, that is finite verb phrase and the next one is the non-finite verb phrase. Now it's time for a mental workout. I am giving you an assignment. You yourself have to solve it. Identify the non-finite verb phrases in the sentences and say what kind of non-finite phrases they are. There are 5 sentences and they are also a part of your book exercise. Key has been provided by the end of the video. You may check your answers later. There is no need to cheat as it is for your own benefit. I hope that you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you. Take care and Allah Hafiz.